So guys, welcome to today's video, which is going to be on the meme lord himself of Overwatch, and that is Torbjorn. Now, I have spent a serious amount of time on Torbjorn. He is my defense hero to go to every single time because he's just awesome at like slowing down people, annoying people with his turret. And I'm going to give you a few tips for you guys that are playing him on defense. I wouldn't recommend starting off playing him on attack because, actually no, I wouldn't really recommend playing him attack at all, because to get your turret set up in a place can be pretty difficult, because to set it up, you're going to have to set it up where the defense is going to see you. So it's going to be very difficult. So I definitely would recommend staying with him for defense. So on this style of map, which is Hanamura, defense is always out first, along with the other 2CP maps. So what you want to do is you kind of want to get your ultimate as quick as you can. Now I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can do that, and be in mind getting the early ult charge that I'm going to show you now. Your turret isn't going to last. It's not really meant to last. It's usually meant to give you that 25% ult charge if they don't spot it, but usually you get about 15 to 11% ult charge. So where I would like to say, for instance, in this place, is I would set it up here, because not many people will go through the house, and then what they'll do is they'll try and they'll come around the most obvious route, which is usually up along here. You'd rarely see anyone go this route. You'd definitely never see anyone going this route. The only way they'll come in here is for this large health pack here, which obviously they will start wanting it once they get to here, because everyone is going to be here standing raining on top of them. So a nice place to go here would obviously be set up right here. Now obviously yourself, don't set up there. You want to go all the way back there once you've set up your turret here. Get that little bit of ult charge and you're all good to go. So what I usually like to do then next is kind of set up a turret towards your area, towards the control point. You don't necessarily want to set it up on the control point yet until they've started, approaching it. But like overall, I will say always place your turret somewhere where they're not going to find it, but the turret's going to find them, if you get me. So like say for instance, right here, they're going to come through here, they're going to start running through here. So another good place will be to set it up here, because they won't see it first, the turret will see them. Like if you say for instance you're coming in here and you start running in, you're not going to see it, the turret's going to start shooting at you. So you got to get into your mindset that you're trying to find a place where the turret's going to really annoy them and hit them first, so maybe potentially you can help out your team and get a few kills. But you're going to have the turret really. Torbjorn is meant to be a slow down hero that annoys people, that like everyone's like, oh no, there's a Torbjorn turret, we must get rid of it. But if it's like if you're a really good Torbjorn and all that, you should be able to set up a turret in a like really good place where it's gonna be very difficult for the enemy to get at it. That maybe even they try and pull out a diva just to block the damage. Torbjorn, like tip number one, definitely the whole turret situation. You definitely need to place your turret in a place where your turret's gonna see them before they see the turret. Okay, so let's go with tip number 2. This is your Molten Core. Absolutely the amazing ult if you can time it and use it perfectly. So let's just say we're playing Hanamura again, and you can see a massive push. They've like capped off like your Bastion, your Reinhardt. You've got your 2 supports back here. You got another DPS. I know you're kind of struggling. You feel like, oh my god, what are we going to do? We're a little bit pressured right now. And the next thing, you have Molten Core. Pop that. And what that does, this turns into a big ass, he's just going to kill every single body who tries to come on here. And it is really, really powerful. Like you could literally stop a whole push, because nobody likes to face a Molten Core, because it is super, super effective. So timing your Molten Core to knowing when you're going to hit a lot of enemies is absolutely amazing. You don't have to use it to kill the enemies, but you can use it to scare off the enemy. Now another tip as well, just for shooting and everything, do not stop. You have 18 bullets, and this, my dear fellas, is amazing. If you could just keep watching, there is a little bit of a dip as well, so you gotta take that into account, what range you're shooting at. But your fire, it's not like a McCree fire where McCree's fire decreases on how far away he is. So with the Torbjorn, definitely just keep firing. You're going to get the same hit rate, and even if you get a headshot, that's even a little bit more. And then you've also got your alternate fire. Now I will say, don't use your alternate fire from distance, because you'll be lucky to hit someone and you'll be actually getting no bit of damage at all from it. So I definitely would say, if you could say for instance you're over here in this little room right here and you see that there's a Reaper and you go headshot him with that, then that's going to be super effective. That's when your left click will come into it. But for distance, you definitely want to keep to the single fire, because it will do the same constant damage, but the alternative click will not. Also will say, do not be afraid to take on the big heroes. I've taken on many Roadhogs as Torbjorn. Now I've obviously made sure that I have enough health and I do have some support behind me, but you actually do a lot of damage to like a Roadhog if you do get a critical hit on the headshot with an alternative click. So definitely do not be afraid to kind of face off your enemies, because you generally do a lot of damage. Now another tip as well is the minute you hit 50 armor, don't be afraid to start throwing it down, because no matter what, one little armor pack to someone can make the massive difference, can make like an important res, could be an important thing just so that they could get their ult off in time maybe. It really is critical that you put out your armor packs. There's no point in you holding on to this, because you're just holding it and you're not giving your team the advantage they need. So I would say the minute you hit 50, so like there, I hit 50 right there, I'm going to throw out another one. You just got to really push out them packs, go around and collect your nuts and bolts that will come up. Obviously we've no enemies on in Hanamura right now, but if we did, every kill they drop and nuts and bolts, and you can pick them up and it helps you create your armor. So definitely when it is clear to go and pick up the nuts and bolts, go and do it. If not, stay back, keep doing what you're doing, and you know, just keep working away at the enemies. So the key things to take away from this tips and tricks for Torbjorn is, number one, your ultimate. It could either be used to kill or to make time and space, because nobody wants to face off against a molten core. You've also got your armor pack, so like for instance, again, I've just hit 60, so I can throw out another health pack to give to one of my teammates. And the most importantly, to place your turret in a place where the enemy will not see the turret, but the turret will see the enemy. So guys, that's it for today's tips and tricks. If you want to see some more, let me know down below. I'm pretty sure we would all love to help you out. And without further ado guys, thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you in the next one.